Hello, good morning and happy Sunday. It is good to be back into Screeps land too because I'm looking forward to like potentially winning some more of these. For some reason I'm enjoying this game mode a little bit more than the capture the flag one. And that might just be because it requires a lot more complicated strategy and I'm not really there yet with like understanding everything about how like the game works. But I can definitely see I can see that being a lot of fun too eventually. Right now, this one is pretty good. We do have an error in our code, not because I left it with an error at the end of the last stream, but really because off stream I decided to clean up some errors, and it looks like I was a little bit too overzealous. So it's telling me that I can't find Warren in where is this? Library line 83. Yeah, there's our Warren. Import Warren from log Warren. Okay, so that should be working, and that should let us. Yes, that's rebuilding now, and we're off and running. So I also checked. I have 0 key fragments. I have no idea how to get key fragments either. I assume that it's I get them through winning battles or something. So if I win matches, I can potentially get that. So we can't unlock the third game mode for a while. So I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm happy here. So before we do anything, let's review. We won a game against Lou 233W, and then we lost our next one against Stuart KC2. So if we replay this one, we can sort of see what happened and why we lost. I do believe I have a strategy in mind for how we can win this one. So we're moving at 4 ticks per second. This is us on the left here. So they send, they build like a bunch of small units for gathering. We build several really big units for gathering. I think that big units is still a good play. But I don't think we need more than one gatherer. I think getting an army out sooner than later would be better. You can see he's already got 4 military now, and then he sends them on the attack as soon as he's got a group of 4 of them. And see here, we're doing nothing because we're waiting, and we're still getting like the 4th. I think we're getting like 5 total, 4 or 5 of these gatherers, and we just don't need to. So like they're already halfway to us, and we don't have any military yet. We finally get a military unit, and each one of our military units can actually almost take out a full sort of group of theirs. Okay, never mind. We can take out one of their units, but when they ganged up on us, we're kind of done. It looks like they make a mistake of going after our harvesters, which gives us a chance to get some more units out and clean up this one, but momentum's not on our side anymore. There's more enemies coming down. We don't have enough, so we still lose. So what I'm thinking, changes that we can make. Let's switch to I want 1 collector at all times and 100 attackers. So if we only have 1 collector, and it's still that really big giant one, think this will still work. So I just want to try with just that one change. Does that mean we're gonna win? Now, having a dedicated healer might be interesting too, because then we could. I put a heal. Hold on. I put a heal in the middle here. That's another change we need to make. I want to change the order of our heals here. So for roll, we put a heal right at the beginning. Let's move that down to the very bottom. And so even if we're coming close to dead, we should heal ourselves back up always, even if we run out of everything else. Okay, I think that'll work. All right, so let's give this a shot. And let's see if we can beat them. Defeat at 581 ticks, so it took less time for us to lose. The last one was like 800 something. I'm curious, what happened? Oh, I'm not able to get enough units out, so I need more than one of these, don't I? Because our units are too big. So, not 4 or 5, but probably not 1 either. Oh, wait a second. Want collectors 1. Why am I still creating 5? Did I not wait for it to rebuild? $597 that time. Do I have a bug where I just create that many anyways? Okay, so there's our 1 collector. Let's see if we get another one. We do. Okay, so what's going on here? I'm building for Swamp. I want 1 collectors. So run. Calculate the creep types. Spawn creep. Okay, so and the role. So we have to figure out what the role is that we need. So we init creep types, pass in my creeps. So we figure out what we have. So when I init you, I do get default, so I have that want 1. Oh. And then I overwrite it with 5. Okay. That's silly. Let's see if that change makes any difference. 600 ticks, defeat. So I'm wondering if we're going to want 2 collectors. Just to get out our first groupings earlier. And then something else that we can do is very similar to our opponent. We could group our sort of units together. So we only move out and do like a full attack in, I don't know, like when we have 4 of them. Yeah, so like, what if we don't just move out to attack right away? How come the comment looks like it got several collectors created before you had a single one? Oh, and also, hello, Togglebit. That's because they're doing different sizes. So let me move down to 1 tick for a second here. We can see here that they have a body size of 4. So they have 1 carry, which means they can carry 50 energy at a time. And they have works. They don't even need work. I don't know why they got work. And they have 2 moves. On my side, this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 body parts. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 moves. 1, 2, 3. 3 carries, so I can carry 150 energy all at once. And then I have a bunch of armor plating on it, so it can last a lot longer too. Maybe I can get rid of some of the armor plating and repair it, just put more carries on it too. All right, so we have 2 units here. And we obviously still use. So that's the reason why I've just told mine to build bigger units, like giant tanks that are like carrying stuff. And that's the reason why I'm losing. Or that's the reason why they can create like 4 in the time that it takes me to create 1. I can build a smaller military, yes. Would that be faster? So it would be faster. But I'm wondering if like strategy would be better here. We can see how long it takes to kill one of these. But I'm doing the very generic video game bad guy mistake of attacking him one at a time. And perhaps if I grouped my creeps together and then we all attacked the same enemy at the same time, then that would be better. Focus fire down. They do have a healer here too. We could also take out the healer. This looks fun. Yeah, this is actually a lot of fun. So look, I can actually easily kill one of their creeps with mine while tanking. But the problem is that because it's one at a time, it's just taking too long. And by the time I'm done mopping up one group, another group is moving in. So I need to be, like, if I'm going to build less units but stronger, I need to be smarter about how I use those less units. Or I should just do literally what they do and just build 1,000, we could try that. We could try just building like really tiny ranged units and just do the same strategy, just attack. Oops, sorry. That'd be interesting. I kind of want to try that now and just see, like, can I out-zerg them? This one is a healer, so it's trying to heal itself. This one, I've lost everything except my heal, so now all it's doing is trying to heal itself back up, but it's losing health faster than it's gaining it. So I last an okay amount of time. I'm going to win this matchup easily. Well, actually, he has a healer. So, no, I'm not going to win. And now they've got more on me. So, yeah, my heals can't help with being attacked by multiple sides. All right, so 2 strategies. Which one should we pursue first? both are. One is just a numbers change, so it's not going to be a really big change on how we coded things, and the other is going to be like an actual AI, sort of like how our behavior works. So one is just do what they do, build really tiny units and send them off to go fight, and the other is build, be smarter, like be more grouped together and focus fire. I kind of feel that no matter what I do, grouping together would probably be good. So I kind of want to just try the grouping together one, even though it's just it's a code change and not a very fast other change. All right, now they're coming in for the final kill. I do have my one collector is trying to go out here to pick up energy and bring it back. But yeah, if I lose all my units, it's over. I can't build new ones really fast. Okay, so grouping together. I want my units within. If they're outside of, okay, so if there's a unit outside of a certain range of each other, then I want them to move to a single spot. Maybe move to the one closest to my, move backwards. So move back closest to the one that, closest to my spawn. Let's see. Do I know some Rust U chat Discord server or something? Yes. So there is a Discord server called U. I think that's just literally what it's called. But that has developers for you. It has developers for a lot of the things around you. That's a great, like, I've been I've like talked on it a little bit, but for the most part I just sort of lurk and watch everybody else sort of chat about things. But that's a great one. Let me see if I could find the URL for that. Actually, it's I believe it's a lot easier. If you go to u.rs, go to community, is it in here? Maybe. Not on there. Maybe on your GitHub. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so if you go to use GitHub page, right here they have a little chat thing, and I'm looking, the link takes you to Discord. So that is the link to get there. Absolutely, and also hello. Okay, so want them to run attackers. So we're gonna make a little bit of change to here. So I want the this runs in danger of us taking a little bit too much time per turn. This is going to be our most expensive sort of thing that we're doing yet, which is just raw calculations. Luckily, it's Rust, so possibly, we can get some benefit out of this. A benefit out of using Rust for this. Let's see. Okay, I want. Let's find the one farthest away. I want the one that's farthest away from our... Well, if we're within, let's see. If I calculate our creep's distance from our spawn, and if we take that and I subtract it down and a number is greater than like 15 or so, or like some number, then I can use that as sort of a approximation of how far away we are from each other. It's not going to be exact, but maybe then I could like do less calculations, so I don't have to calculate distance from each other. I just do one distance from spawn. And then that also gives me which one is the farthest away. So I want for each of my creeps in run attackers, I want to find let's do this as a function. So function, I guess it's gonna be like calculate distance from spawn. We'll take in all of our creeps. Not just myself. We'll take in all of us. So this will be creeps is a reference to a vec of creep. And we'll take in our spawn, which is a structure spawn. And we're going to return a brand new vector of probably U32s. And this will correspond to the same idea of these creeps. So then I can just use the index when finding this one out later. Okay, that works for me. So I'll have to, if I want to run this inside of here, I'm going to have to get all of us too, not just myself. That's fine. That's not a big deal. We're working with immutable borrows here, so I can borrow myself and all of myself and others at the same time, and it's fine. Rest doesn't care when it's all immutable. Okay, what do I want to do? I want to map through so that probably just going to return straight off here. So we're going to do creeps. We'll get an iterator. We'll map through this iterator. For this creep, I want to get distance to the spawn. So, and actually, I just want to return this. So this is going to be creep dot find find closest to find in range, find closest by range. Get range to. Find a range. Okay, so get range to. Position is going to be the spawn. And that gives me, okay, so I don't really need. That's easier like this. Okay, and then we'll collect this. Expected reference object found structure spawn. Well, that's okay. I need to turn you into an object. Okay. What do I have object-wise? Get objects by prototype. That's not really helpful. Get objects by ID. That could work. So get object by ID, and we'll do spawn.id. And then I want a reference to you. What are you upset about? Oh, because it's an option. You should definitely exist. So I feel game's over if you don't exist. Okay, so you need to be a reference, and then get object by ID. I can unwrap. Oh, expected an object found a game object. Of course. So, okay, never mind. Can I like into this? No. Okay, so I need, okay, so get range 2 takes an object. Now, if I remember correctly, the object is just the position. Can I get the position? Can I do spawn dot? Documentation time. Because we have this game object here. Game objects all have this X and Y. And we have this get range too, which takes in a position. And a position is an object that contains X and Y. Okay. All right. Well, fine. Pub function get position object. This will take in I guess I could have it like pass in the X and the Y separately, because I can get those quite easily. So I guess what if I just do create position object. This takes in an X, which is a 2, and a Y, which is a 2. And returns an object. So if you haven't seen me work on this before, this is going to feel so strange. We're going to create an immutable position. And then we're going to reflect in an X and a Y because these are JavaScript objects. So we're going to do reflect set. Our target is a just immutable reference to position. Property key is JS. X, and the value is X. And then I want you to be Y, and your value is Y. And then we return position. Okay, so I can now reference create position object. We'll give spawn.x, spawn.y. Oh, those are U8s. Okay, never mind. You can be U8s. Expected. Oh, right. They need to be JS values. So my choice is here from Boolean, from F64, and from stir. So I guess I'll just toString these. But if there's stirs, then as stirs, because, you know, why not? Okay, so you're happy here. Collect you're unhappy because you're a vec of a U8, I bet. Yes, okay, so now I can calculate the distance from this. Okay, so I can calculate distance from the spawn for everything. So I need you is my creeps. I also need my spawn. Okay. So now I know the distance to the spawn. I can calculate. I can figure out. So there's a couple different ways to do the math on this. So if everyone is equal distance, so if everybody is within like a couple of each other, then that's not bad. If everybody, if like there's one that's really far away and like the number is quite big, then that's gonna be sort of like a deal breaker. So to decide if we're going to be grouping together, so this is going to be a should we group together function. Should creeps regroup, and we're going to take in the distances to spawn. I'm thinking we determine what this number is going to be. Only this function needs to know it, so I'm okay with just sort of like setting this as a variable here. So let it's like the group, the distance from each other. So this would be max distance from each other. Max desired distance. equals, let's say, I want something like 5. Just making it up. Now I can loop through all of these distances to spawn. And if any of them are 5 or more than 5 away, can I do this with like an average? And then average at that? No, I don't think I can do an average. I bet there's like a nifty math tool that I can like really easily sort of like determine this without having to loop through multiple times. If I sort it, now I wouldn't want to lose the distance to spawn. So what if I take a clone of this and I sort it? So okay, what if I take ownership of you? I sort you, and then I grab. Then I can just check the smallest one to the next smallest one, and if that is less than 5, okay, I like that idea. So I want to sort you, and this is not going to be like a huge vector here because we have a small number of creeps. Even if we have really tiny creeps, we're not going to have more than like 20 of them, so this will be fine. Okay, so we're gonna sort you. So if we do, I wonder if I want to make this immutable. Nope, other way, other side. So I mute the distances to spawn. This feels like it's too easy for me to accidentally make it like a logic bug. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass in the reference here and I'm going to clone it. So distances equals distances to spawn. Specifically clone you. Oh, I could slice it too. Oh, I keep on forgetting about slice. Yeah, great idea. What is this slice? It's like something like that. Does that give me like a full slice of it? Oh yeah, and I don't. Oh, but if I sort this, am I sorting the slice or am I sorting the original? So I want to take this and then I want to sort. You would take an iterator as input and then sort it. Oh, yeah, we could take an iterator as this. I always forget exactly what the iterator type is. I want like a vec iter. So iterator. Wait, you don't ask for a type? Oh, it's a trait, that's why. Sort exists for slice. Oh, hold on. Back to this. Okay. Sort exists for slice. So if I do that, now if I want distances dot, oh, okay. We could do sort. Now this takes a mutable reference to self. So Oh, well, I have to fix these things first. So these are all my creeps. And then my spawn. Okay. There we go. Now I get the actual error. Okay, so sort by on it. Okay, so there's sort and there's sort by. I don't think I've done sort by. What do you do? Sorts the slice with a comparator function. The sort is stable. The comparator functions must define a total ordering for the elements. But it will modify whatever you pass as input, so no way around that unless you clone it. Well, and in that case, let's just clone you. So if I take you, I'm gonna get distances, so no slice. We're gonna clone you, distances to spawn. Now the reason why I'm cloning here as opposed to up above is because it's too easy for me to forget the clone and like pass in the original thing. So I just rather do this and clone it inside of here and then return a new thing. So that way I don't make a mistake, because I am silly. I'll make mistakes like that all the time and then be very confused about why like one is not doing, because the order of that distance to spawn is super important for the indexes. I cannot allow myself to screw that up. Okay, so do that. Now, I think, is there a sort directly on a vector? Can I sort? I can. So I can just sort you. So we can do sort by. We can get a comparator. The comparator function must define a total ordering for the elements in a slice. Yeah, but I could just sort by here too. I don't know if there's like a benefit to me doing that when I have to clone anyways. So if I do sort by, I mean, can I just do sort? Wait, can I just do sort? Will sort work for numbers? Or will I get weird things like 15 is greater than like, or less than like 8 because of like the 1 in the front? This is not JS, so it's actually going to be a decent sort. So yeah, if I do a sort like this, fine. We're just going to do sort. Okay, so now I have distances, and I want to check to see my logic is if the first distances I also need to have a minimum of 2. So if distances dot length to spawn dot length is less than 2, let's just return false. We don't need a group move out. if we get to this point, now I know I can trust that we have two of these. So we're going to do distances. So if the first one, and you should be the smallest. Yes, you should now be the smallest. So if distance is 0, you're right. It doesn't. You're right. You're right. Fine. We're doing distances.sort. I mean, I would have figured out eventually when it yelled at me about not having distances, like not having anything in there. Okay, so if distance is at 0, so this is gonna be the smallest one. So if the I want the difference between this and the larger one. So if I do 1 minus distances of 0, so if that is greater than or equal to max desired distance from each other, so if that is true, we need to regroup. Otherwise, we do not need to regroup. So we get our creeps distance to spawn, and so next up is should we regroup? So if we need to regroup, I don't even care. Do I care about the enemies array? I might. Oh, I can still attack them as we're on our way back. Okay, so let's. Should we regroup? Equals should creeps regroup, and pass in a reference to my creeps spawn. Okay, so if this is true, I could probably just do this in a single if statement here, shouldn't I? So if you are true, then I want to find the closest creep. Find the closest creep to the go get the position of the closest creep to the what is it called? Spawn, and move to it. And then meanwhile, we just attacking anything that just happens to be relatively close to us. Okay. So let's see. We want to. Now I did sort that, but I lost the index of it when I sort because it actually changed it around. What if I sorted No, I don't know if I want to do anything clever. Like keep the sort, but like put an index inside of like a data structure or something else to keep. I think more of like we made the decision to this. I now want to find the smallest. So that I need to find the index. Get index of smallest distance, shortest distance. So we'll take in the distances to spawn like that, and we'll return a usize. Is there a method off of iterators to get the smallest? I feel like this might just be a thing, and I might be able to one-line it. It's like distance to spawn dot can do iter min turns the minimum element of an iterator. Okay, so now obviously not give me a usize, but if I can do iterator dot enumerate, give me the first one and then dot like 1. Oh, it's an option. It's an option. Okay, hold on. If several elements are equally minimum, the first element is returned. If the iterator is empty, a none is returned. So I want... We definitely have something in here because we're not running this function, run attacker, unless we have a creep in there. So this could be just one, but it will work. Okay, so so I should be able to be unsafe on unwrapping this, and then we choose this one because that's the index. So then the index of the shortest distance is right here. So shortest. That'll always be 0. Am I getting the min of the enumerate? I need like a min by, don't I? Hold on. Min by. Yeah, okay. So what are you? Come on, just tell me what you are. You're being distracted by your own code by helping me with my code. Sorry? Okay, min by, how do you work? You have this comparator function, returns the element that gives the minimum value with respect to the specified comparison function of several. Oh, it's like next. It's like this and next. X.compare y. So I would need to do something like a dot 0 is like less than. I'd be doing like. Okay, so like a dot. Why can't you tell me what you are? Oh, because it's not that thing. It's that. Okay, got it. I want not the U sizes of this. So a dot 1 dot compare to b dot 1. That then gives me this. I have now as an option, so I can now return distance unwrap dot 0, which is going to be the index. You have a code problem that is less fun than mine. I know this is definitely a non-business code problem. Okay, so let shortest index is equal to get index of shortest distance. Our distance to spawn is going to be this reference my creeps distance to spawn. Okay, so now that I have that, I want all of my creeps to just move towards that creep. So we're gonna do a creep dot move to. Our target is a reference to my creeps of index, shortest index, options none. Meanwhile, if you have enemies surrounding you, just hit them. And all of my attacker creeps are rangers, so we can do an interesting thing where we can do creep dot ranged attack. We can do ranged mass attack. Which just attacks all hostile creeps. I don't have to like pass it a vector of potential creeps to attack, or a single one. I just say, you know what? Just attack everything that you can that's within range on your way back here. And then of course, as soon as we get here, then the else should kick in. So then I want to get the enemy's array. So if I don't do anything else, if I do nothing else differently, I am... everybody's staying together, but sort of like attacking whoever they feel like once they get close to it. That might work. That might not work. I could also have them focus fire on a single enemy, which might be really good. I kind of like the idea of having them focus fire. So what if I choose the closest enemy to my spawn? That might work. The only thing I'd be worried about is sometimes I have creeps that might just like, okay, I'm going to just move over there. And yeah, well, maybe it will work. Maybe it won't. Let's try that. Let's see if we can get the closest enemy to my spawn. Now we have the enemy spawn. We have the enemy. We have my spawn. We have the enemy. We have all the enemies. So I do here. I do the closest enemy object here. I could do this calculation up here. So before I run the roll, I want the closest enemy to our spawn. So function get closest enemy to spawn. We'll take in my spawn, and we'll take in enemies, and we'll return a reference to a creep. All right, so to find this list, can I do so that closest equals spawn dot find closest by, let's do by path, so it's the closest to like literally getting to our spawn. Positions is gonna be right, an array of, just an array. So I want an array of creeps. We have creep to array. Get creeps. We have creep to array is what I'm thinking. Okay. So it's creep to array enemies. That gives me the array. So positions is now going to be a reference to enemies array. That gives me this none, and so then I want to return. This should definitely exist because it's all inside of one frame, so they cannot be killed within that one frame. So we can return. I can actually unwrap you here, and we are going to return object to creep and pass it in a reference to closest. You return an option, so I can unwrap you, and you just become a full creep. Get closest enemy to spawn. So then we can see here. So I only want to do this if Dota, hello. If we have enemy creeps. Well, closest enemy to spawn. Yeah, actually, you know what? I might want this to be an option. Like, what if there is no enemy? So, option creep. Oh, you made a portfolio project site to track the stuff that you work on. Nice. It's kind of like the big sort of like project that I'm doing, the Brooks Builds one, is kind of sort of like that. Although like video stuff along with, I guess there's going to be project stuff on there too. Did you choose a design, or did you make one up yourself? Like, did you find like a template that you use? There will never be a lot on there. Like, as professional developers, so much of the stuff we work on, we can't actually put on our like, hey, I did this. Kind of did both. You used a template and just whatever. Nice, nice. Love the use of icons. How does it look if I take off Dark Reader? Ooh, okay, you're handling Dark Reader like that. Only suggestion from a readability point of view, sometimes these can be hard to read, like if it's behind the image, especially like a light one. That's an easy fix too. You don't have to do anything besides like maybe put like a background type thing. This is just a me thing, so don't take it with a huge grain of salt. I am not a huge fan of like the coming soon stuff. If it was me, I might put a feature flag around this so you can still have it in production and have it in your dev environment, but not have the code in production, but not have it display in production. But you could then have it in dev to sort of see. But on that, I like it. Part of you wants to put it there just to put pressure on yourself. Hey, if that's how you can actually do it, then do that. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, you know what? Something else. I was trying to click like hover over GitHub. Your link is the little icon to indicate you're taking me to another page. I would recommend making this the link as well. And just a super nitpicky type thing. Your capitalizations on GitHub are not consistent. Now, if I click on any, let's see. Cool. That's what I would start with, and then after that, I would probably actually get advice, like get feedback from a recruiter, some like the type of people who'd actually be looking at this, for like, hey, how's it gonna be? Obviously, also a unique domain name would be helpful too. But I like it. This is super. Like, I'm a big fan of simple designs, and it sounds like it looks like this is a great one. So good job with this. Just to make you do the side projects you want. I mean, that too. Like I also like can't turn off that like teacher part of me, because I would so many times we'd have like our students come up. I always suggested portfolio sites is like really good for them to create, and so many times they come up with like those things like, I'm going to get a job with this, and I'm like, really? Spelling mistakes, let's see, little other problems, not deployed, like broken links, like stuff like that. It's like, come on, don't do that. You wanted yours perfect. What was it? Perfection is to be desired for, but probably not attained. Heroku is awesome too. Heroku is awesome. I really do like Heroku, but I use it less and less these days. GitHub Pages was the only other choice. GitHub Pages is really nice too. I have a few projects on GitHub Pages. If it's like a static site, GitHub Pages is so easy to set up. Okay. Get closest enemy to spawn. Right, so I want to do this object to creep. Okay, so I want you to be, okay, so if we don't have, so because this is an option now, and because this returns an option, I can replace this with a question mark now. So that way it'll auto be a none in the case that these don't work. In your mind, the key to side projects is to keep them as small as possible with lots of knowns. You know, it depends, right? Like sometimes, yes, but like sometimes the side project is literally, I want to just explore this thing. And so it's like as many unknowns as you could possibly fit into a project. There we go. That returns now. It's possible that this won't work. And we'll get a none. And that's okay. So what we can have here is let closest enemy to spawn equals get closest enemy to spawn, hand it our spawn, hand it the enemy creeps. I'm going to leave this as an option, and I want to now pass this in as an option in run attacker. So we can now have closest enemy to spawn is an option with a creep inside. Should creeps regroup? If they're farther away, go and regroup. Otherwise, if there is an enemy that's close to spawn, so this pretty much all changes now. So I can just redo all of you. Okay. If there is a closest enemy to spawn, so if let some, we have an enemy, then I want us all to attack him. So creep dot okay, so if creep dot ranged ranged attack for the enemy, turn code, if you're not in range to attack them, then I want you to creep dot ranged mass attack, just attack everything around you and then move towards this creep. Otherwise, I want as many of us to be as close to there as possible. So actually, I want to put the move to outside of here. So attack that one if you can. Attack everyone around you if you can't. Otherwise, move, no matter what, just move in as close as you possibly can to get to this creep. So that way as many of us can get there. And that's if we have an enemy. Now, if there is no enemy, then we want to go and attack the enemy spawn. So this will just be creep dot move to enemy spawn and creep dot ranged attack enemy spawn. Then also, no matter what, we can heal ourselves. So creep dot heal creep. We can heal ourselves, or we can also do like a mass ranged heal as well, potentially. But okay, so this should kind of work. Okay, so run attacker. You want what now? Closest enemy to spawn. And I'll give ownership of you, but I'm not using you anywhere else. That should make sense. What are you upset about? You're an option creep, and you want to be an option creep. Cannot move out of closest enemy spawn. Captured route. Oh, right, because I'm in a loop. I'm in a loop. Yes. What if I change you to be the ref inside of here? Then I can do as ref, which then moves the borrow onto the inside. Okay. Now I don't need to do this anymore because we have a reference already. That's it. What is the chance that this is gonna work? And it's just gonna, like, first of all, what's the chance the code is going to actually do what we expect it to? Second question, what is the chance we're gonna win? Assuming that the code works. I don't know. Let's find out. We'll play back against them. And let's see. We lost in 490 ticks. Oh man, we lost in even less time. Okay, well let's see what we did. I'm guessing that we made some horrible mistake in our logic. Okay, so we build you. Okay, so you immediately run off and you're gonna start attacking their closest enemy. But I'm guessing that as soon as we get another enemy, another creep here, this one turns around and comes back. No. Okay, well, that that logic seems to be wrong. Okay. So we did not do this correctly. Okay, so what happened here? We're clearly still on the attack, which means that we're not inside of here. We're in here. Just double check. Are we gonna go and attack? We are. And we're attacking just this one that's closest, okay? So, should creeps regroup is always false. So distances to spawn. Okay, so if I have less than 2, that should be getting here. Max desired distance from each other is 5. We clone you, we sort you. I kind of want to, let's do a warn. Can I do this? Distances. Can I see what they are? I think I clicked on go too early. It hadn't actually finished like loading or something. Let me let it play out, and then we'll go in and take a look at the logs and see what we got. Okay, so we have oh no. Okay. I completely didn't consider a huge problem here, which is this creep is counted under all creeps. So what I really want is just a list of all fighter creeps. So you are also, why do we have why is it length 3? I only have 2 units right now. This first one is 0. None of them have died yet. That first one is 0. What's going on here? These are so okay. The 24 looks right. Like these are moving away one at a time. The other. Okay, so now these ones look correct. I do seem like I have an N+1. Oh, because one of the creeps is being created. So it's a distance of 0 because it's inside of the spawn. That's what's going on there. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. So what I want to do is I want to get, I want to filter my closest enemy to spawn. It can't just be, no, sorry, not closest. I can't just be all of my creeps. This has to be all of my creep. So I don't want my creeps. I want this to be my fellow attackers. It's like other attackers. That's fine, but I need to also, I don't need these enemies anymore. So non-attacker. get rid of enemy creeps. Okay. So I have these my creeps. I need these to be under crafted. So I need to now filter by mine. Sorry, not by mine. Filter by role. The role is inside creep types. I can get the role. So I want to function filter creeps by I guess we could just do by role, slightly more generic, but that's fine. So we'll have a list of creeps, which is a reference to a vector of creep, and then we want the role, and we're going to return a, I guess this is going to be a slice of creep. So because we don't know how big or not big this is. I think that should be fine because I can get iterators and all the other fun stuff off of that. So I do should I do slice? I think this should work no matter what, right? I want to take the creeps. I will get an iterator off of it. We'll then filter. You also broke the responsiveness slightly, so you fixed that. Well, that's good. I guess, is this going to be like a kitchen sink project too, where you like throw in examples of like how to do stuff that you can use as like documentation? I've always been fond of kitchen sink projects. Inline style tags. Oh, that's so easy to break things. So easy to like think that it's a good idea. Sorry, I keep on looking over to the left because Zilby is playing in the other room, which I can't get the camera over to look at it. So sorry, but he's having fun. Oh, a kitchen sink project would be something like, think of it as that project that you have, but it's one of those, okay, I want to show/document how I do authentication. So I'm going to include authentication into the project, and it's going to now be sort of like a reference project for everything. And I say kitchen sink because of the statement, like, oh, it's going to include everything but the kitchen sink. You know, something like that. This project includes all the technologies that you generally work on, even if they don't necessarily belong there. Like, I think it becomes sort of like a documentation project. All right, so we have our creep, and I want to get the role. So let the role, which I can just compare off of this, is I can just do roll from the creep is equal to roll. And so if that's true, we keep it. And then can I collect you again? So double reference creep is not satisfied. The trait reference. Okay, so I need to single deref you. And then collect you. It doesn't know how to collect into. Oh, fine. I'll just do this. Nobody's going to care. It's going to be a vector of a reference to creep. Okay, now I can get filter creeps by role. So now say I want that attacker, so my attackers. So that'll be my creeps and role attacker. Then this is going to be, now that's going to be interesting. We're going to have to change this around. So a reference to my attackers, which is now going to be a vector, a reference to a vector of a reference to creep, which is fine. What does that change? So other attackers. Can I dereference you? Not really. Oh, your distance from spawn. Will I be doing, hello Caltel, will I be doing the Bevy jam by chance? Probably not. I've just not been having the time or like the mental capacity to be able to do this type of jams recently. So that's the main reason why I haven't been. Which one was this? Filter creep? No, wait. Which one were you? It was calculate distance. Now, if I lose a reference there, what's the... No problems. Everybody's just happy. Okay. So if I do that, and we try this again. I wonder if you should put an idea board on it. I mean, if an idea board is something you really need, and an idea board, because like to me, unless you build idea boards for other companies, you wouldn't necessarily want to necessarily put it on there. But if it's for yourself, and this project is really less of like a project to sell yourself and more of like, I want to do all these things, then maybe. But maybe you don't need to create it. Maybe you could just have like a link to like another a board somewhere else. Hey, and we win. Okay, excellent. All right, so that clearly worked. It is for you, and an idea board would make that more clear for who the audience is. Yeah, that probably would. All right, so let's see how this went down. So we started with the good old normal open. We bring out a single gigantic collector who starts refilling. And then we build, I can remove that. And so look at that. It's staying just this far away from our other creep. So decently close together. I could probably reduce that number down so he's actually like more like here or so. There we go. Getting a whole bunch. So basically we're just going to hang out here. Now I find this interesting. Oh, because it's the closest one. So we're still kind of in a line, but kind of not. So I might want to reduce that number down. But now their army is going to come in, and we're a lot better prepared for them this time. That sort of flashing around is our ranged mega attack. So let's let them approach. And because we're healing ourselves too, and we're attacking just one at a time, we're going to take them out pretty nicely. Oh, you changed the image from that orange one. Oh yeah, that's nice. Oh yeah, we are now easily mopping them up. And so we should be making only a couple more of these. Oh, that's it. Eventually we'll make another one, but not for a while. And so now we go on full attack, which is probably the most dangerous for them, because now we just get a nice surround on them and kill them quickly. So we can speed up to 4 ticks a second. And then they're kind of screwed at this point. We're too close together now. And it looks like we are doing the little backwards movement thing. Oh, we released we created a new creep. Here, we got enough energy. So everybody moves back. This is not optimal. But it's okay. We still win. And looks like we have, yeah, I mean, we might, I don't even know if we've lost any creeps. I wasn't paying attention, but looks like this strategy at least works with this creep fine. And because they have creeps that are really tiny. They can't really fill energy very well. Whereas my creep is a little bit better at bringing energy back. But it looks like the only reason I don't win earlier is because every time that I get a new creep, all of mine start running back to the spawn point again, which is not efficient. I'm giving them a chance to come back. If it was a human player, they might be able to take advantage of that. And here I am. Yeah, I've time to head back. I've got, you know, apparently other things to take care of. Am I here to kill their... Yep, I was just there to kill their other creeps. And now finally I'm coming back to finish off their spawn. And this won't last very long. And there it goes. Okay, let's clean up and remove those logs. Here's that Warren here. And then I want to do just one tiny change. My max desired distance from each other, I want to set that to just be Let's do 3. So we're a little bit tighter grouped together. Let's double check that we still win this match. I don't need to watch it. I just want to make sure that we win. And if we do, let's go on and play some more ranked matches. A draw. Okay, so 4. Let's see if that's any better. So in the meantime, there are 4 of you. I don't really do this too often, so I keep on forgetting how to do it. Let's try a prediction. Can I start a new prediction? So will we win the next match, the next ranked match? Yes or no? And we'll do a 1-minute submission period. Got it? And that should be there. I think you can do this in I don't think I can predict it. I don't think I can play. I have unlimited channel points anyways. All right, but we're going to be doing a 1 ranked game. We don't have a ranking yet because we have to play, I think, 1 more. Okay, not enough people here. We'll just play. Let's go. Let's see if we win or not. We could also just watch live to see how it works. Victory though, excellent. We'll do 4 ticks a second, and this is us on the right this time. And our opponents have popped out 4 melee attackers that are as small as possible. They're not creating a collector at all. They used up all their energy. They're not collecting anything, and they're going on the attack. We know how this story ends. There's no way that 4 tiny melee attackers with no heals or no nothing else can possibly handle us. We'll have at least one of our attackers out in time. Yeah, now it looks like they're just reinforcing when they can, and they're using the natural energy recovery of the spawn to sort of help out. But they're walking into a slaughter here. So they try to rush. They try to rush, but it wasn't... you need to rush much faster than that. Which makes me kind of wonder, is it even possible to rush in this map? I mean, so at this point, we're waiting until we have a maximum army, and then we just go on the attack. So if we look, we hang out, we finally go and attack. Finally, we keep on going backwards to gather more into our army. make our way over to the enemy and take it down. Okay, next up, what we can do is we could also sit here and say, play 10 times, but stop on, yeah, that's chat. Stop on the first defeat. So let's see how many of these we can do. These ones we can't watch while it's playing, which is a little bit unfortunate, but we can get through a lot more games. Hopefully, we'll see if we can actually like take out more than one. Canceled. Oh, the very next one we lost. Okay, we lost after 1,596 ticks. So our strategy did not work. Here we are on the left, our opponent on the right, creating well, that's an interesting strategy. I didn't know that you could like do that. Oh, it's a construction site. Ramparts. Oh, I didn't even think about that. A rampart and creeps are here. Ramparts, I think, are walls. So he's creating a wall around... He's creating a wall around his spawn? That's a fascinating idea. Yeah, we could create a turret too, and like have the turret attack. Looks like they're sending some attackers over to our side. Oh, but then they keep on like changing their mind. Oh, when you have creeps on a rampart. So the idea is that there's like a wall, and then they have ranger creeps on the wall, which means they get extra defensive bonuses, I think. It almost looks like they have complete control of the map at this point in time. They're very fast. Now, it does take like 1,500 ticks for us to lose. And they're just sitting here with, okay, 2 ramparts. But this is my army now. Essentially, I don't get anything else. I'm able to clean them up, but because they're building really small creeps, that's not as hard. I guess these ones they're not that small. Their military is pretty big, and they're also healing themselves. And so every once in a while, they're able to sneak in for a little tiny bit of damage to my spawn. And so it's just like death by 1,000 cuts, I suppose. And because they can keep on building creeps, but I can't, it's over time, I just lose. I have no idea how to counter this strategy, because I don't think my other idea of creating a large number of really tiny creeps would also work here. I mean, it might, but it's hard to believe that it would. I suppose I could also change things around and do melee units instead of ranged units, but essentially, so this goes on for a while now. Sort of going back and forth, back and forth. Okay, they do a full retreat. Did I kill enough of them? Oh, and I'm just super out of position because I can't get back in time. I go around the south wall. They go around the north wall. And by the time they decide, okay, I need to come back to it to counter them, it's too late. And they're going to take it out. So they did a feinting maneuver, essentially, which took me out. Well, that's too bad. Okay, I want to try one more game. I want to see whether or not this strategy works on another opponent, or if it only worked really on that one enemy. Okay, victory against them. And I finally have a rating now. Oh yeah, we could see who I fought against. Oh, I can watch all of the replays here, so that's nice. We can see my rank. I'm number 231 out of. I wish it like had the little thing where I was at the bottom and I can sort of see these numbers too. But okay, here I am. Out of how many? 580. Not bad. I want to try fame available. So when you click start, the game will create a ladder consisting of 10 opponents of increasing power. Each victory in the ladder gives you 1 fame point. Fame reward is a set of resources used to craft various items, including keys for unlocking arenas. Each victory increases the level of the reward, while each defeat decreases by 2. So this is how I get the things to make keys. Is I have to earn fame points, which I can do like once per day or something like that. So let's go ahead and start and see what we can get. Oh, okay. Oh, so I can just take it now or continue it and like leave early? Interesting. So I can choose when to sort of leave with it. So I have 1 fame point. So let's play another round. Victory. Okay, so now I have 2 fame points. So right, okay, so increases the level of the reward while each defeat decreases it by 2. So if I lose it, I lose everything and I go to 0. Interesting. Okay. Now this was a 324. My rank is 231. So when we get to 231 or so, that's where I want to stop. Oh, no, this is rating. So 663. Okay, so it's the opposite. Was this a loss? Or wait, it was a tie. What happened? Oh, 2000. This was a draw. So neither win or lose. So we both, so here I am on the left. Oh, wow. So they create a single collector, 2 collectors, 3 collectors, and then rangers. Three ranged attack, and the rest moves and toughs. So it looks like they're doing a staging area where they wait for a certain amount of time and then all go to attack together. I suppose I could do that too, where I could, instead of doing this sort of like figuring out thing, I could have everyone just like move to this position, X and Y position. Just move to like 5 up above my my spawn. Hang out there. And then, oh, they're all on their way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So at 6, and then they just reinforce. So a 6 pull. I don't think that's way it would be. It would be a 3 pull because he waited until he had 3 collectors. I have healing, they don't, and if I keep them to like this area, I should be fine. Well, it's a draw, so we kind of run out of energy and don't kill each other. That's what happens. Epic, hello. You're ashamed to say you haven't gotten around to playing Screeps Arena yet. This looks like so much fun. It is a lot of fun. I'm enjoying this a lot more than my brief time playing just Screeps itself. Okay, so we now know what happens with that one. Should we try our luck with another match? And if we do, we'll get 4 fame points. No, we'll get 3 fame points. But if we fail, we'll just end up with 0 fame points. I'm kind of thinking of taking and then trying. Now, if I take, is that it? Do I get any more? So let's just try taking. So I get my 2 fame points. Oh, and I got 13 of these generic builder thingies. So if we come over here to inventory, I now have 13 key fragments. I need 100 key fragments to craft a key, which will let me unlock collect and control, which might even be more fun than spawn and swamp. We'll have to see. But okay, so let's go back into here. Okay, so I collected these. So let's try another play. If I lose, I think I'm now at 0. Or I think I'm back at 0 and I'm starting over again with my collections because I collected already. Okay, so another draw. So it sounds like we're powerful, but not powerful enough. And so we can change that either through strategy or through builds. Probably a combination of the two, really. This person's on iteration number 137. It's probably closer to us. Like we have a lot of iterations that we do. We're drawing everyone, which makes me feel better. Okay, so the fact that we're drawing against more powerful opponents is good. If we just do a tweak, we should start beating a whole bunch of opponents. Okay, we finally got a defeat. Let's see what Sebastian King does. Sebastian King has a rating of 2,000 plus. Significantly better than us. We're at like 230, 600, something like that. 300? So, oh, look at this. They put a creep in lines and they're passing. It's like just a stream of the energy. Well, that's pretty nifty. You're also sent an early attacker out. And you're just harassing. Are you there to try to like trigger any code for defensive positions to keep anybody from attacking? I wonder if that's what it's trying to do. Meanwhile, so many moves and a single heal. Oh, look at this. These things have no attack abilities whatsoever. They have no carries. They're just heals and moves. They're just harassers to like mess with my code. And they move so fast on the swamp. He's building an enemy. 1, 2, 3, 4 ranged attacks. The rest toughs. And with single moves. These are going to be super slow. Whoa. What How is he doing that? Hold on. This creep in the back here has one move. That should mean he's super slow for everything else. This creep here has a ton of move, but he's towing. He's having the fast creep pull the really heavy attacking creep to make it move faster through the world. That's a brilliant idea. And it looks like they did the same thing here too. And the tower has a single heal, so the tower also heals. So you could think of it like a really fast truck or car with a gun platform on the back. That's a brilliant strategy. I might be able to defeat this without changing the build, but rather changing behavior of the creeps. Not sure how exactly to detect that. I might have to sort of like think about this. To try to determine, I'm just gonna go ahead and finish and leave because I got my only. I don't think I can get any more rewards from this. Next available in 7 hours. Okay. So I want to play 10 games. Don't stop on defeat. I'm curious, like how good is my strategy right now? Is it okay? Is it terrible? Is it good? If it's good, then I just need tweaking. If it's terrible or mediocre, then I probably want to rethink everything. Can I see? Okay, so draw. It's a lot of draws too. Okay, win. Okay, lost too. So it's oh right, these are rated games, so they're showing that I'm losing ranking. Or sorry, there's ranking and then there's rating. I'm not exactly sure how those sort of two are related to each other. I don't see the ranking changing, but the rating is going down. So if any of you are playing this, we can't do like battles where I just fight directly against you. That doesn't seem to be something we can do yet. I'm hoping that they would like allow I don't know, just some mode where we can just all put our usernames in a pot and just like have a tournament or something. That would be a lot of fun. But if you are playing, let me know what which sort of, are you playing like Swamp and Spawn? Are you playing the control one or capture the flag? And we can maybe go hang out in there a little bit more. See if we can get like, or see if we can get a fight with you. All right, so this lets me know my strategy is terrible. It is not working at all. I have lost quite a few ratings. I don't really understand the ranking. Feels like that didn't go down, but my rating did. Okay, so we need to come up with a completely different method of dealing with this map. So I think what I'm probably gonna do, because Zilby was crying for attention, and I'm the only one here today to take care of him. So I think what I'm gonna do is end the stream a little bit early, go take care of Zilby, go out and actually walk a little bit in the sun, and we'll think about what the strategy for Spawn and Swamp is gonna be next week. Because we're gonna be doing on this for a while until we get enough points to craft a key to work on the next one. So with that, thank you everybody for hanging out with me today, and it was a lot of fun. We got some victories in, got a lot more losses. We'll see how we do next week. Tomorrow I'll be back at 7 a.m. Mountain Time to work on the Brooks Builds web application. So with that, have a good one. See you next time, and bye.